Hey guys, how you doing? It's Paul from Paul's Carts. I got a really cool cylinder head here today. This is the 14cc copper seat titanium valve head. This head is actually, he purchased this head. The customer actually purchased this head as part of the Trinity setup, which normally comes with a welded intake tube. It does come with the head cam and carb. Trinity setup is 100% recommended. Probably first thing I would recommend for anybody calling, looking for more power on their bottom end or engine. No matter what you have now, I would recommend dropping on the Trinity set. Most power we could find, the combination just flat out works. So this head here, some tweaks to it, some major tweaks that kind of take this thing up and above and beyond into the next level. Two main things that are done that you could probably notice right off the bat are the Moldstar90 seats. I might have said copper, but these are actually one step above copper. These are Moldstar90 seats. And we have the Ferrea titanium valves from Argentina. Argentina arguably makes some of the best valve material in the world. So anytime you can get a valve from Argentina or Ferrea, they're going to be amazing. So why titanium valves and why titanium valves are so amazing? So I could probably tell you a little bit about the titanium and titanium material. So titanium is great because it has, I guess you could describe it as a good strength to weight ratio. Also, titanium can deal with, the high temperatures of the combustion chamber better and keep the valves cooler. This also pairs with the Moldstar90 seats perfectly. Titanium valves, they also have that high internal friction. So instead of the bounce energy going up in a bounce, it goes off in heat energy. So that again pairs with the Moldstar90 seats perfectly to draw that heat out, keeping the combustion chamber temperatures lower, so ultimately you can run less octane and have less detonation and make more power. Also, the lighter valve material increases the valve spring life. The lighter valves, you can run less valve spring pressure to keep the valve shut. The less force you'd need to move the valves, open and close them, and that kind of consequently goes to the faster you can turn the engine, and the faster you can turn the engine, the more power you can get out of your engine. So with titanium valves, you can get the engine to rev higher and make more power, and just all around make more power. As far as the Moldstar90 seats go, so I just wanted to read this real quick before I get into the Moldstar seats. So right here it says, valve guide, do not use with steel lash caps with steel inserted tips. Valve seats should be of soft material as bronze or copper beryllium and heat treated to a maximum of HRC32 or less. All heat treated iron material seats should not exceed a hardness of HRC34. And just reading that right there, it just really tells you that having either a copper beryllium or a Moldstar seat is really right on the money for having the titanium valves. Moldstar seats are a performance alloy. They're actually the industry leader. I did a video on this about a month or two ago. You can actually look back and check that out, and I go into some detail, real deep detail about the Moldstar90 seats. They just can withstand a wide range of temperature in the combustion chamber, and it's really just the best combination of thermal conductivity and wear life you can get out of a valve seat, and that just pairs perfectly with the titanium valve. So these are two great options that he's added to the Trinity set. The Trinity set normally comes with a welded intake tube. He can't run a welded intake tube in his class, and he's actually running a pretty large engine. It's a 3-inch non-stroker, so a 250cc. So I figured instead of doing the welded intake tube, what I would do for them is the max porting on the cylinder head, and that's where we run the bronze tube through the oil passage and open up the port as large as safely possible to really meet the CFM requirements of the 250cc engine. When you do out the CFM requirements based on the bottom end volume and RPM, you end up hitting a number that really favors the max porting. So max porting, kind of said right when he was kind of talking to me about it, I didn't really tell him I was going to do this, but when he started telling me about the engine he wanted to put together and stuff like that, my mind kind of started spiraling right into what I was going to do and started having a lot of ideas. And then as the build progressed through the build line, I guess he had maybe either seen the last video or we ended up getting in contact, and titanium valves came up, and I said, you know, starting the head build tomorrow, and going to be doing getting that thing going. You had mentioned something about the titanium valves. You want to do the Moldstar seats. He said, let's do it. So this thing right here is absolutely going to be in the winner's circle for sure. Anytime you have something with Moldstar Seats titanium valves and pair that up with some Gen 3 stuff, it's just a win-win combination. So this head here, we built it for the 250cc bottom end requirements, built to the math as always. So this is part of the Trinity set. Head came in carb modified to his basically setup. He wanted to add the titanium valves and Moldstar seats, but we will have the bottom end being on the build list next week. I don't know if that'll make the video, but this head definitely in its standpoint required a video, so I figured I would just shoot this real quick. I had already told the customer that I would shoot this, so we're just going to shoot this video, show you guys the head, and tell me what you think. Moldstar 90 titanium valves, 14cc Gen 3 max ported head. Pretty badass if you ask me. I'm Paul's Carts, and until next time guys, have a nice day.